I don't remember how I got the news. Did she text me? Call me? I don't remember, but you think I would. You think you'll always remember a moment of that magnitude, the moment everything shakes and shatters and spills. But I don't remember anything. Not the sound of her voice, not where I was or what I was wearing, or even precisely what she said. All I remember is the feeling, the desperation, and the rage that her words conjured in me. He hurt the kids, he hurt me, and I have to get out of here. In that moment, I was awakened, a dormant volcano, sturdy and solid, now suddenly on the verge of eruption. I was roiling with white heat, with magma rushing to the surface, consuming me, rebuilding me, making me new again, a furious spirit raised from the dead, ready to lay waste. The details escape me, but that feeling never will. In the story I tell myself, I jumped up immediately, packed a bag, got in my car, filled the tank, and drove to her doorstep. But if I rewind, if I take the scraps I do have and piece them into a story, one that's closer to the truth, I really don't know what happened. I know it was night when I got the news. I know it was day when I finally saw her. So I spent a whole night. Did I sleep? How could I? Did I sit on my couch, racking my brain about what to do? Did I weep? Did I wail? Likely no. Likely I steeled myself and strategized and obsessed over and over on what must be done. Did I eat? How could I? Did I chew my dinner mindlessly, tasting nothing? Did I watch TV? Did I pray? The loss of these details disturbs me, and I feel desperate to capture and recapture something true. But it's impossible, it's immaterial, and it's already gone. There are certain memories that stick with me, but even those feel vulnerable, like they could slip away from me at any moment or be corrupted by my own imagination. This memory is vivid. The gray sky over the driveway, how I pulled into that compound slowly, cautiously, watched over by ravens, or were they crows? How I knocked on the door, how my heart pounded in my ears. I remember the look on my sister's face when she opened the door, how she feigned being okay. She smiled and held a joint out for me to take, and I smelled the liquor on her breath, how this detail terrified me. This is all true, but the crows might not be. The crows may be props in the film that my mind made. They illustrate how desolate that morning was, how foreboding. They fit perfectly in the scene. I remember the children playing, looking to their mother for approval, how their mother wore her mask, playing her part, the role of the attentive mom, though her mind was far away. I remember vividly how the kids seemed to sense this, how they masked their own disappointment in response, how I jumped to tend to them, felt responsible for them, for their memories. Make their memories sweet, I thought, despite this terrible reality. Will they remember this? Do they still? They were so little. I wonder and I agonize. What do they remember of it all? Do they remember how we split them up? I took one kid, she took the other, just in case he found us, tracked us down, in case the unspeakable happened. And he was capable of it, we were sure. We poured through every inch of her SUV looking for an AirTag, a tracking device. We turned the location settings off on our phones, tried to disappear off the map, to remove ourselves from this horrible story. Do the kids remember that long drive? How we rode the curves of the 33 through the dark, how a sudden downpour pounded the windshield, how I couldn't see mere inches in front of me. All I could see were the scattered lights from the oil derricks in the dark, how I was sure we were toast, how my baby niece said softly, "Auntie, I think we're going the wrong way." How I assured her, despite my doubts, "No, my love, we're almost there. Here, let's sing a song together." I can't remember what I sang for her. Oh, what I'd give to have that detail back. I only remember that she sang along and eventually was soothed to sleep. We got to the safe house an hour or two later. but my sister wasn't there. I waited and I waited. I carried my sleeping niece into my childhood bed and tucked her in, and I waited, each call cut off abruptly by my sister's voicemail message. I've taken what's real, too real, and reinvented it. It's a movie now with an audience. Look, there you are, a passive observer of my story, a story in which I felt powerless, caught in the winds of necessity, and yet also so powerful, so very important, where I could be the hero in someone else's story, in my sister's story, my niece's story, in my nephew's. But in reality, it was nothing like a movie. This was just the beginning of the horror. It's been 2 years now, and the story drags on and on with no resolution. The violence continues, and the fracturing and the loss. And there are no heroes anymore. There's no point of intervention, no realistic solution. I don't know how else to tell this story, how else to excise it from my body before it consumes me, before the magma erupts and bleeds over the crest of this mountain and destroys all in its wake. In my movie, I can distance myself from myself. I become an actor in a dramatic scenario. I can gather my lifetime of hurt and rage and let it fuel me. I was made for this. All I've suffered was the dress rehearsal. I've been studying my lines, feeling into my character's reactions, and by the turn into Act 3, we learn she isn't so helpless after all. In fact, she's dangerous. She could hide, she could wait, she could kill, and she would relish it, really. She dreams of revenge. She dreams of godlike power, of vengeance, and of the restoration of peace. She dreams of green leaves growing out of the black volcanic waste. She dreams of tears raining down on these young plants, tending to their tender shoots. That's the final shot. That's the conclusion I want.